Someone asked me how the blackberries I propagated were doing, so we will take a look at them. These are, okay, what I did was propagate them in, if you haven't seen my other video, propagate them in a misting bed, which is basically a tub, like those tubs there, filled with potting soil and a lot of vermiculite, because the roots don't need to be hard packed. They need some room to grow. And I propagated them under a misting system that I built for gosh, I don't know how long it was when they started sprouting, and then I could tell they had roots. But anyway, right for winter, I put them in this bed, which is was a blackberry bed, and just wintered them right here. I didn't pot them up in pots until just a week or so ago. So, and to do over again, I don't know. It was a lot of trouble to dig them up, put them in pots, or dig them up, put them out in the field, which I'm fixing to show you. These are Reliant grapes. It's a red seedless grape, and propagated those. And those, you know, when I put them in here, because I just put them in here, I left them, I did this actually from a spring pruning. And when I pruned them in just a couple of months ago when it was still cold, I put them in the root in the under the misting system in the rooting bed, or propagating bed, I guess you'd call it. And finally saw a little bit of growth after it started warming up, and I started noticing on my blackberries that are planted, I noticed some shoots on them. Then these started doing the same. When I pulled them up out of the propagating system, even though they had some top growth, they didn't have any roots. I couldn't see one root. But I have since gone over to my propagating bed, and where I've got a bunch more of these, and pulled a few up just to see what was going on, and they do have roots. So I'm assuming these are growing roots nicely. I'm watering them every day. But anyway, here's some more of the blackberries, and as you can tell, some of them are doing great. I've got a few out here that I have not dug up, and those are still in this bed where I put them in the winter, for the winter. And so anyway, those gosh, I don't know, I'm out of pots. Those will either go in the field or in the pot, and I don't really have, well, I got a place to put them in the field. I just didn't think I really wanted any more out there, and I'll show you why. Anyway, let me show you the propagating bed. Okay, this is my misting system. You'll have to watch the other video about that, and I'm not even sure what it's called, but it's got something to do with propagate something. These are some more of the Reliant grapes. These are Southern Red Grape. That is a Bronze Scuppernong, which is a muscadine. Didn't think they were going to do anything. They have just started, just to start leafing out. The reason I know that these are starting, that those over there are starting to root, is because these are starting to root. And I'm probably going to hurt that one by jobbing it back down in there. But it's not like I don't have any. Good gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these. Whew. Anybody want to start a vineyard? Southern Red Grape, those are, it's really a black Southern grape. I said Southern Red, I should have said Black Southern or Southern Black. But it's a red grape and makes red wine, or it's a good table grape or a good table or wine grape. These are Cowart muscadines, and they're just now starting to show some growth too. So I have got lots of stuff to put in the ground, or sell, or give away, or do something with. You know, if you're in Texas anywhere and want some stuff, I got some stuff. If you want to throw some grapevines in the ground, I would be glad to give you some of these. No guarantees, but I would be glad to give you some. And see, some of them even have a little cluster of grapes on it. Can you see that? Let me show you. That's a cluster of grapes. Which I need to pick off, because they don't need to be making grapes, they need to be making roots. Anyway. And I hadn't even put these out in the sun. These are under my shed, under my propagating bed, where I do, you know, keep them shaded during the hot part of the summer. So I need to, those are heavy, with full of dirt and full of water, but I need to put them out here in the sun. So let me go out in the field for just a couple more minutes and show you something out there. Okay, this is out in the field. I have got a 100-foot row here and a 100-foot row there that I have, these are all the great blackberries that I have propagated. And I'm going to do a video just in a minute or so about on that drip system, so you'll kind of see what's going on there. I just put that in, just finished it about 20 minutes ago. But anyway, these are the ones out in the field. Not all of them look as good as this one, but now that I've got the watering system in, because they've been in here for I believe 6-7 days, and I watered them 2 or 3 times. We got a rain, good rain. So, you know, they didn't die or anything, but with the system in, the irrigation system in, or the drip system in now, as you can see, they are going to get much needed water. But let me show you real quick my other grapes. These are store-bought. Bought these from Simmons Plant Farm online. These are the Prime Jan. It's a Primacane. There's a big difference between Primacane and Floricane blackberries. Do your research. Primacanes have thorns, okay? Or these do anyway. Prime Jim, Prime Jan. Some good thorns. And they will hurt you. They will hurt you. But as you can see, oh my gosh. That is about a 4-foot shoot, 3-foot shoot, 4-foot shoot, 4-foot shoot. They have just coming up, and there's big around at the bottom is a quarter. Man, are they vigorous. All the ones where you see the blooms, these are all last year's growth and came from basically a bare root plant. So I was impressed last year with the way they grew from bare roots. But I don't know, I hate dealing with the thorns, but my gosh. And look, there's one over there with I can frame it right with 4 or 5 foot. So I've got 6 row of blackberries now. Ouachita, Q-U-A, Ouachita, Prime Jan, Prime Jim. I've got Prime Jan, and I've got Prime Jim, 100-foot row, and these are, I told you the other ones were Ouachita. The other ones are Arapaho. These are the Ouachita. Both of them are Floricane. Last year's growth produces this year's berries. On the Primacane, last year's growth produces this year's berries, but also this year's growth produces this year's berries. So they do it twice. They do it twice a year. Okay, we won't go any further in that. Yes, I need to mow. Having all sorts of trouble with my mower. Runs about 15 minutes, dies. Can't get a lot done in 15 minutes. I got it running where it run about an hour and dies. I can get a bunch done in an hour. So I'm trying to decide if I want to till in between the rows and just keep it tilled, or whether I want to grow the grass. I know the grass is going to try to invade my berries. So if somebody knows outside of Roundup, which do use on occasion, don't like to, but do use. If somebody knows a good way to keep grass out, don't tell me vinegar, because I've tried it. Let me know, because I would rather. I've mulched these heavy. I'm hoping that will keep most of them with hay real heavy. I'm hoping that will keep the grass out, but it's got grass in it right now, even with the mulch, so it's still encroaching. But anyway, blackberries, and the ones I propagated last year and the ones that I planted last year from Simmons. 600 feet of blackberries, not bad. Anybody want to come pick? Give me a little help, Oh, that's it, we go.